Welcome to Keeping It Real, where we feature entrepreneurs who are passionate about their business and have participated in our guest blog, shareyourstories.online. Today, I'd like to introduce you to Nathalie Plamondon Thomas. She's the founder of the Think Yourself series. In 2007, she was Fitness Instructor of the Year and is now a master life and executive coach who wants you to live life to your full potential. Welcome.
Welcome. I'm so excited to be on your show, Trish. It's such an honor. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, what's really cool is that here I am in Toronto and you're in Vancouver, and we have an opportunity to sort of talk to the world in between, which is pretty cool, don't you think?
That's awesome. So great.
So I've been really looking forward to our chat today because, you started on a journey quite a few years ago, and you have now written 11 books, 8 of which are international bestsellers. So tell us a little bit about your series and what inspired you to write.
So let me take you back about 12 years ago. I was just starting my coaching business, speaking business on the side because I needed to continue to work full time because I had this voice in my head telling me, you can't make money on your own. You need a steady paycheck, right? So I didn't trust myself. So I was listening to this voice. I was doing everything in parallel. I was working super hard, and I was starting to build my business and working from 5 a.m. until 10, 11 p.m., right? And then in between, I had to go to my full-time job, and then I had to take care of my clients and do everything. I was working really, really hard. And I realized that somehow one day, I remember listening to this voice in my head telling me, you want to write books in English? Like, you don't even speak English. Like this was always my voice because I'm French, right? So I remember, well, it's true that my English was really bad. I remember teaching a yoga class, and at the end during the meditation, I was just starting to speak English. It was really strong accent. And I wanted them to relax during the meditation, and I wanted them to relax their face, and I wanted them to put their tongue on the roof of their mouth. So I told them, put your thong behind your tits. Yeah, beautiful. I'm not going to repeat that, but yeah, that's what you heard. So really bad English, and that voice was telling me, don't quit your full-time job. You're not going to make it. So that's when I realized I need to figure out how to shut down that negative self-talk in my head. I need to figure out how to turn this voice around because it's just not normal. We tell ourselves atrocities. Like, we wouldn't have any friends if we talked to them the same way we talk to ourselves.
Isn't that the truth?
I spent the last decade studying neuroscience, trying to figure out a way to reprogram my brain and reprogram my thoughts. And that's when I created the DNA system, the 3-step system to reprogram your brain. And that's the system I shared in my 8 international #1 best-selling books. And that's what I use in my courses in the Think Yourself series and all the online courses, and in my speaking engagement or whatever topic that I'm speaking on, whether it's think yourself wealthy, think yourself thin, think yourself successful, think yourself a relationship pro. So it's all connected to the brain, and
right?
How to turn off, and instead of this voice to be keeping and holding us back, we can transform it to push us forward when you know how to use that voice.
Well, what's really interesting is I remember hearing you speak, and one of the examples that you gave to us in the audience, and I can see it as clear as day, and I hope I don't mess it up, but one of the things you said was, please don't think about Mickey Mouse wearing a yellow slicker standing on a pink Mercedes. And of course, everyone there was like, oh my God, I can see Mickey Mouse as plain as day. But that was a wonderful example that you gave about how our brain is so visual, and that we make that connection immediately when we hear something. And, I have never forgotten that, Nathalie. Seriously, every time I hear that negative little self-talk in my brain, I think of that Mickey Mouse story. And it really recalls to mind how to flip the way that we think, right?
Because people are always talking to themselves. And it is like you have a personal assistant in your head writing down everything that you say or think. But the problem is, people wake up in the morning, they look at themselves in the mirror and they go, oh, I look so tired. Oh, I'm so stressed out. I think I'm gaining weight. Right? So that their personal assistant writes it down. Tired, stressed out, gaining weight. What can I do? Okay, tired. Oh, I know. I'm going to keep her awake all night, so she's not going to be able to sleep. She's going to be really tired. Check. Stressed out. How can I make her stressed out? Oh, I know. I'm going to make her forget an appointment. She's going to arrive late. She's going to be all over the place. Perfect. Check. Gaining weight, easy one. I can certainly find a chocolate bar, something deep fried for her to eat. Check. So your personal assistant listens to everything you say. And people think that when they say what they don't want, like do not visualize Mickey Mouse standing on top of a pink Mercedes Benz, if you say the do not, your brain has to process the whole information before it can negate it. And my clients do this all the time. They say, I don't want to be stressed out anymore. I don't want to rush everywhere. I don't want to be impatient with my kids, and I don't want to be broke. Personal assistant writes out stress, impatient, rush, and broke.
Exactly.
It's like asking your contractor to that's renovating your kitchen, and you ask them, I would like you to paint my kitchen not blue.
Right.
Like your contractor is not going to know what you want. So you have to be very specific, telling your personal assistant what you want, not what you don't want.
You know, that's really wonderful advice, because you know what? The personal assistant is really us, right? It's that little voice that's in the back of our head giving us all of these sort of things that we need to do first thing in the morning, right?
Yeah. And what are we telling our personal assistants right now in this world that we live in, where everything is moving to online? Especially if you're an entrepreneur, you're realizing that you want to get online. And what do you say to your personal assistant? Bad with technology, right? We all said, I'm so bad with technology. So your personal assistant makes sure that if somehow you're kind of starting to figure it out, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm in panic mode. I'm not doing my job. She said she wanted to be bad with technology. Now she's figuring this out. Oh, I know. I'm going to make sure she does not see the box that's right in front of her face, but I'm going to make her not see it, because if she clicked that box, it would work, but I'll make sure she doesn't see it. And sometimes there are some easy things, but we just skip it just because we told our personal assistant to make sure we were bad with technology, right?
So, you know, let's say that I was one of your clients and I had come to you and I have that whole list of no's and we've ticked off all the boxes now. And I say to you, I don't know why nothing is going my way. Everything is a problem. What are just one quick, easy thing that you could give to me that I could kind of switch that paradigm of thinking so that I can make the right things happen?
Okay. So I'll give the analogy of a GPS, you know, like let's say that you're always been going to the self-sabotaging direction on your GPS. You want to change the address on this to go the other way, right?
Yeah.
On a GPS, easy, push a button, change the address. In real life, to change the address in your brain, to change the connection between your neural pathway that created a synapse that's pretty strong right now, it's a little bit more complicated than that, right? So it's not easy to do this by yourself at a logical level. That's what I do. But today I will give you a quick tip that you can do right away today to get the process started. So you've heard of affirmations before?
Yes.
Now, I'm sorry to tell you this, affirmations don't work if you don't believe them. So it's not going to work with my clients that are highly overweight when I work with the Think Yourself Thin program. If I make them stand in front of the mirror and say, I am thin, it's not going to work.
No.
No, we're not. And when I work with the Think Yourself Wealthy program with clients that are in deep financial trouble, they can't just stand tall and say, I am rich. Because they're not. It's not true. The personal assistant's like, I'm not writing this down. We're just having fun right now. This is not real at all. So here's the tip. You want to create a progressive statement. So the first step is to hear the thought that you just heard. Let's say, I am bad with technology. So you just heard that in your head. First step is put it in the past. Repeat it in the past, saying, I used to be bad with technology. Your personal assistant hears that and say, yep, that's true. Totally true, right? Yeah. But why are we talking about this in the past? Are we done with this now? What's the deal? Do I put that on the clipboard? So right away, you follow up with step 2, a progressive statement. Progressive statement will start with, I am willing to learn, or I'm in the process of. Okay. So let's try that. You hear yourself say, I'm so bad with technology. Wait a minute. What did I just say? Don't write that on my clipboard, personal assistant. I used to be bad with technology. Step 1. Now I'm in the process of figuring it out because I'm a smart person and I can figure this out. Or now I'm willing to learn how it feels to be comfortable with technology, because whether you like it or not, you are really good with technology. You all have one of these. And do you remember when you had a flip phone? I had a flip phone.
Yes, I
Right?
remember the
And then,
brick phone.
right? And then I had a BlackBerry with a keyboard, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then all of a sudden, there was no more keyboard. And I figured it out. And then every once in a while, they do an update on the phone, and I can't find anything anymore, and I can't find my pictures, and I need to figure it out. And
Exactly.
I do. And we all do.
Yep.
It's just a matter of trusting and understanding that we can figuring things out because we have been doing all our lives. Like you every time you're presented with something new, you have to figure it out. Like infants need to learn how to walk and they fall over and over. But have you ever seen an infant saying, oh, that's not for me. Nah,
I'm not
doesn't
going to
matter.
walk.
I'm just gonna crawl. No, you just get back up and you try again. And eventually you
Exactly.
figure it out because you are awesome and you can always figure it out.
Yeah. Nathalie, that's really wonderful advice, because you know what? I love that it's practical, and we can sort of, even when we wake up tomorrow and we all look in the mirror, we're not going to say that, I look fat today, or, I look tired today. So one of the things that we do at the end of our guest blog is we share 3 words of advice, and your 3 words of advice are, you've got this.
Yes, absolutely. The number one premise is that you are awesome. And inside you, you have everything you need in order to succeed. Whatever is your goal, whatever are your aspirations, what that dream that you have in the back burner is not going away. Even if you keep pushing it back because you have priorities and you have better things to do, or you have to, whatever it is that you keep pushing the dream on the back burner, it's going to come back because that's your purpose. That's what you're supposed to do. And
Right.
you will figure this out because you are awesome. And sometimes we try to look for answers elsewhere. And then we sign up with that next $2,000 guru that's going to save our world and make us rich and famous. And how many times have I done that myself, thinking,
Yeah.
this is it. Now I'm
But
going to sign
now
up for
I've
this
got
thing
it.
and another $2,000 here. And we justify it because it's an expense from our business. But at the end of the day, we had it all along.
Yes.
We know everything. You have 2.3 million pieces of information every second. You have an unconscious mind. The most powerful and complex structure of the universe is your brain, and you have a brain. You got this. Think of a drawer where all the answers are inside this drawer. The problem is sometimes is that when you open this drawer, the answer is at the bottom,
Right.
but you have a whole bunch of stuff that's
On top.
accumulated on stuff. And sometimes we just need to get rid of that stuff. That's what I do. I help my clients get rid of their negative self-talk, their powerful emotion, anger, fear, hurt, sadness, guilt, trauma, bad habits. There's a lot of things that are on top of this drawer, so that when you open the drawer, sometimes you can't see the solution, but you have it. It is
I
there
agree.
all along. And I don't give advice. I don't tell people what to do. And very often they tell me, well, I'm paying you $250 an hour. You tell me what to do. It doesn't matter what I think. You've
It's what
got
you
this.
think.
My job
Yeah.
is to ask the right question and help you remove what's in the way so that you can figure out your own answer, because you're awesome. You've got this. So let's remember that, guys.
Listen, I want to say, Nathalie, that I think that you're awesome. And I really thank you so much for spending some time with us today, and the viewing and listening audience, as we introduce you to the person behind the logo and Keeping It Real. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Trish. And you are awesome as well.
Thank you.